What are you trying to do with this fellowship?
So the big idea is, what does it look like to support the next wave of leaders who are tackling this big question of intergenerational poverty in their communities? Some are working at the neighborhood level, some at the city level, regional, urban, suburban, and rural, but all about this fundamental question: how can we move kids and families who are born into underserved places and create pathways to the middle class and ultimately upward mobility?
It is not the people who are in the community that are a problem. It is the systems and the circumstances of the people that are the problem.
Every child in Flint, to no fault of their own, was exposed to lead and other harmful contaminants through our public drinking water system.
Our youth are pretty transient, so they jump around from school to school. They're moving a lot.
We have to take care of our little ones and our children.
We have some really chronic challenges.
A kid who was born a little after World War II, 90% chance of earning more than their parents in adulthood. That was the American dream. You can rise to the middle class, you can do better than your parents. A kid who was born in the 1980s, like I was, it's a coin flip. You have about a 50% chance, and it's been declining across the US. But in addition to that decline, there's also another side to the conversation, which is there are places that do serve low-income kids better. There are neighborhoods that, despite the challenges at scale, we do see ways to reverse that trend.
So over the past 2 years, we've created a first-of-its-kind fellowship.
I'm Denise Arias, and I had the privilege of joining EdRedesign a couple of months ago as the director for this fellowship. Really excited to welcome everybody.
A tuition-free 18-month program for rising leaders of this field.
The hope is that this week's event serves not just as a foundation for the next 18 months, but really foundation for an ongoing community of field leaders.
We're working so that 100,491 children and young people are on a path to economic mobility by 2030.
Most people see my region of the country through a plane window. People are often spread few and far between. So Nebraska has embraced this model of community collaboratives, and ours serves a region of about 46,000 people.
We're a patchwork of deep red, deep blue, and everything in between.
The Northwest Dayton,
San Joaquin,
Tallahassee, Florida.
Austin, Texas.
Now this field is coming of age. There's so many places who are reimagining the power of place. They're reimagining what it looks like to use this, not just as a means for economic mobility, but to bridge civic divides.
We're the community quarterback organization. We've seen silos already beginning to break down.
We are working in partnership with over 33 organizations, our local government, and school district.
Children spend 20% of their waking hours between kindergarten and grade 12 in school, 80% of their waking hours outside of school.
Yet we ask schools to be the great equalizer. Schools have to do mental health, they have to solve the public health crisis, the failings of the American social safety net, they have to solve early childhood, they have to solve it's untenable. We're gonna have to bring together business and philanthropy and government.
Whose responsibility is it really? The truth is it's all of ours.
We call the superintendent, the principal, the teachers, the parents into one room to develop strategies to change the whole county.
It is cross-sector, collaborative action, cradle-to-career. The common denominator across all of these terms are the young people themselves. We want young people to feel like they have the community behind them.
22 nonprofit leaders from 17 states across the nation, helping unite a growing national field of nonprofits, philanthropies, schools, governments, and civic leaders, in partnership with Strive Together, Purpose-Built Communities, Partners for Rural Impact, and the William Julius Wilson Institute at Harlem Children's Home. And one of the things that's really exciting about you all being in this room is our belief that for every public problem we're facing, there's a place in this room that's found a piece of the puzzle in solving it.
We are so proud of the progress that our students demonstrated in this last year.
Securing internet access during the pandemic for 20,000 families.
And with one policy change, there were 52,000 more middle schoolers who got into the advanced math placement program statewide.
We consider early childhood education and education in general a public health intervention.
This convening is helping prepare communities and schools and myself as leadership.
We're not in a bubble and we're not isolated in the work that we're doing.
This is not just about creating more middle-class people or more educated people. It's a question of democracy itself. The leaders in this room, the communities they represent, are an antidote to a lot of the polarization that plagues us.